Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's your girl Danny Lovely, and y'all already know what time it is. Okay, it's Monday, so we about to hop into some anime things. Today is supposed to be the top 20 best action anime of all time. Okay, we're gonna see about that. I already have a couple of anime shows in my head that I'm thinking about right now that I'm just like, if they don't at least have this or this on there, then I don't know where they getting this list from. They tripping. I mean, it must be something wrong with them. But let's go ahead and hop into this video and let's see what they talking about on here.
Say goodbye to Hollywood blockbusters, because when anime steps into the action genre, that genre goes into a
good
whole...
show. This was a good show. Like, if you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. It's Parasite. I think that's the name of it. It's Parasite, yeah. But it's good. It's on Netflix. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but because I don't have a Netflix anymore. I just have Hulu. We basically stream everything, but we need to get Netflix again. Netflix got some good stuff. Like, for real. I'm telling my husband we need to get Netflix again. But it's a good show.
Level. You've got gunfights, sword fights, alchemy, hand-to-hand combat, or some genuine apocalyptic action with humanity's greatest soldier. As usual, we plan on bringing more videos in the future, so don't forget to stay tuned by hitting the subscribe button along with the bell notification icon. Without any more wait, let's see 20 of the greatest action anime of all time. Number 20, Castlevania.
Oh my god, y'all, this was on Netflix too. Like, look, Netflix be having some good shows, some good anime shows. This show is good. I like Castlevania. It's a good show. It started getting a little like weird there, like with the vampire son. I don't like towards the I don't know, like it was like what was going on there? Like, what's the whole mission at some point? But it's a good show overall.
Let's kickstart the list with a Netflix anime. Castlevania is one of the first few anime to be released by Netflix, and it definitely needs a spot in our list for its unique story, animation, themes, as well as amazing soundtracks. This is based on the Japanese video game of the same name and tells the story of Trevor Belmont, Alucard, and Sypha Belnades, who defend the nation against the threat of Count Dracula, who sends demon armies to murder people and pillage cities. This is a must-watch for all gothic horror fans, as the show delivers some amazing action sequences and a classic retelling of a different tale of Dracula. Combine it with the superb action scenes and you'll see what Netflix has done right this time. Consider this as a redemption for all the bad live-action anime movies Netflix has done. Number 19, Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress comes next on our list. If you've fallen in love with shows like Attack on Titan or High School of the Dead, then Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress is something that will surely capture you within seconds. Similar to Attack on Titan, humanity is now living in fear of zombies known as Kabaneri, who survive on eating humans, and the story follows a group of people who escape their hometown in a train as these monsters attack it.
I haven't seen that show, but it looked good. It sounds good. So if y'all seen the show, let me know in the comment section below if it's actually good. It really don't matter because y'all know I just watch all type of anime, so I'm just gonna end up checking it out, watching it anyways, and just like end up watching the whole thing before I actually decide if I actually really like it or not. But on the other hand, they just make too much zombie movies, shows, all types of like, do we need to be scared? Like, they just start making too much of the same thing, like the same topic in movies, like this zombie thing. Y'all gotta, look, please don't let no zombie apocalypse, don't let no zombie breakout happen for real. Like, you can't say never, you can never say never. Who knows? Like, we don't know if a zombie attack is gonna happen for real. They probably just, what are we gonna do? Like, if a zombie apocalypse happen, y'all, it's over. I'm about to get off topic. Let's just get back to watching these shows. Yeah.
The show introduces us to an interesting cast that survives the odds of both the Cabaneri and humans. The main theme of the show is survival, and how humanity can only fight against the monsters by working together. If you want a show that can give you the same hype as Darwin's Game, then this should be the next show on your watch list. It is directed by the same director of Attack on Titan, so that's a bonus.
Well, that's good.
Number 18, Black Clover.
I need to watch this. I actually have this on my list of like shows that I need to watch too, because my husband, like, he watched. So my husband watches, y'all, he be watching some fire anime. So I gotta give it to him. Like, I could be watching my own shows, and then like I'll look over and like see him watch another anime show or something like that on the TV, and just be seeing little clips of it. I told y'all he loves action anime. Like, he needs action. But he be having some fire shows that be having me being like, okay, I need to add that to my list too. Like, it'd be a lot of shows that he watched that I actually add to my list too, because they be good. And Black Clover is one of them. It looks like a good show. I think it's another one too that he be watching, Fire Force. That looks good too.
I'm going to cover some shonen anime on this list, and what's a better way to start that off than with our favorite screaming wizard boy? Black Clover follows Asta, a young orphan who has no magical powers but aims high to become the Wizard King. He soon gains the mysterious five-leaf grimoire, and along with his friend and rival Yuno, follows on various adventures to become the one and only Wizard King. Trust me, the first few episodes of this show might put you off a little since it borrows many elements of the genre, but soon the show stands on its own legs with its impressive world building and well-written characters and mysteries. Number 17, Drifters. Shimazu Toyohisa is a soldier who is mortally wounded at the Battle of Sekigahara. At his dying moments, he is transported into another world and finds himself in a group known as the Drifters. The Drifters are made of other powerful warriors like him and need to fight off the Ents, who wish to take over the world and kill all of the Drifters. Under the Ents' command is an arsenal of monsters ranging from giants to dragons. Drifters is one of the most underrated shows out there, and one you should definitely check out.
Okay.
It is created by the same man behind Hellsing, so you get tons of blood, gore, a fast-paced story, some dark and twisted comedy, as well as some great quotes and philosophies thrown in between. Wars, warriors, blood, and brutal deaths mixed in with isekai elements? Well, here you go. 16. Dorohedoro. Kingdoms, knights, and characters with chivalry are something common in fantasy. So why not we do something completely different? Dorohedoro tells the story of a man named Cain who is trying to find the sorcerer who erased his memory and turned his head into a lizard. In this world, humans and sorcerers are different species, and the former lives in a hole, and the latter lives in the world above and constantly threatens humans. The strength of this story lies in its world building, characters, and its evolving mystery.
It's still in the mouth.
As Cain finds out who he is, he also unveils mysteries that could change the human and sorcerer worlds forever. With a brilliant concept and some memorable cast, this is one of those must-watch action anime released recently.
That beginning scene where he chopped dude up like that in all the pieces, that's enough right there to just be like, oh yeah, this show gotta be good.
Number 15, Devilman Crybaby.
Oh my god, I thought this was a good show, but the show was kind of like weird. I thought it was good. Like, I watched it. I was watching it one time on my TV show, and let's just say, I don't ever want to watch these videos in case y'all haven't like watched some of these shows and like spoil it. But let's just say it was a scene on there that popped up on the TV that was just kind of like, what is it? Like it's getting a little rated R or what? Like that, because they have like a couple like different Devilmans or something like that. But Yeah, my husband looked up and he was like, this happened to look up on that scene when they was in the club dancing around. And he was like, what are you watching? I'm like, hold on, it's my first time watching. I didn't know they was gonna pop all that on the TV like that. But it was, besides all that, I thought it was a good show.
Of course, when we're talking about action anime, how can we ignore this modern classic?
The show has to be like, I don't know, anime show has to like really be like really, 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 really bad for me not to like it. Because even with scary movies, which is my favorite genre to watch with movies, I've watched so many horrible scary movies. I've sat through so many like horrible scary movies just because like I love watching scary movies, and I'll like read it or watch the trailer and it'll look good, and I'll end up watching the whole movie, y'all. Like I'll start, because I'm like, okay, it's not gonna be one of the movies where everything just pop off right at the beginning, like. And I'll be waiting. I'm like, okay, when is it gonna get good? When the movie gonna start to get good? And I'm just waiting, watching, like, okay, like we 30 minutes in. And y'all, I done been and watched the whole movie and just got to the end and the credits roll, and I'm like, this movie sucked. Like by the time I done watched the whole movie, that's when I just decided, like, this movie sucked. Like there was no real, like it never got to the good part.
Devilman Crybaby is a new series to the original manga written back in the day. And once again, I'm proud to say Netflix has done this series justice. Ryo Asuka, the best friend of Akira Furo, tells him about the existence of demons. They stay mingled in with humanity and feed on them. On their visit to a nightclub, Akira is taken by the demon Amon, but Akira's will to live overpowers him until he turns into a devil himself, but also retains his human qualities. The anime expands its scope from there onwards and delivers one of the best anime masterpieces ever created on Netflix. Number 14, Akira. Akira is still hailed as one of the masterpieces that came out back in the day. If this didn't exist, most of the great anime you see wouldn't have had their inspiration. Akira happens in a futuristic world and follows Shotaro Kaneda, a leader of a biker gang whose childhood friend, Tetsuo Shima, acquires incredible telekinetic abilities after an accident. But these powers aren't your regular superpowers. Soon, Tetsuo becomes a threat to both Tokyo and the military among the growing chaos of the world. Rather than focusing on the potential of powers, this anime movie shows the repercussions of powers. For a 90s anime, it has some greatly animated action and some great directing as well. Number 13, Parasite.
It's a good show, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Check it out.
Alien invasions are nothing new, right? You see alien ships appearing in the sky and annihilating humans, but what if these monsters are smart enough not to reveal themselves easily? Parasite is an anime about a boy named Shinichi Izumi who discovers a strange species named parasites who take control of human brains. A parasite named Migi enters Shichi's body, and as they fight other parasites...
Every time they face with transform, like they'll break all up. And, that part always got me in this show, like, ugh.
To form a strong bond. This is the ideal show for action and mystery fans, and you will be surprised by the twists the show pulls and the emotion it delivers. It may have a few action sequences compared to many others in the list, but when words are no longer an option and the fists start rolling, that is when the anime truly shows its potential. Number 12, Gintama.
Oh my god. My husband, he do not be feeling the show. Like, I wouldn't say he hated, but this is like definitely one of the shows that he's just like, how do you watch that? Like Gintama, I keep falling off of Gintama. Like, I need to finish this. I need to finish this show. But I'm not gonna lie, he ain't lying. Gintama really does not follow no real like storyline like that. Like, okay, it's like the basis of the story is like, okay, their world was invaded, and you see these creatures throughout the show. Of course, yeah, like, okay, the world was invaded, but like, it's like they on a new adventure every day, but it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the world. I don't know, like, it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with what you would think should be the main storyline. It'd be like random, like, I don't know, everyday stuff, I guess. It's just something that randomly happened that day. They just wrote it, like, right in there as an episode. I don't know how to explain it, but, like, I don't know. I still like it, though. Like, I still like it, but I definitely need to finish watching it because I keep falling off of it, so.
It is rare to see great action in a comedy anime, but Gintama is an exception. Not only does it deliver some great comedy with gags and parody,
I like the comedy too. It's funny. Like I like the show. I like the show, but the storyline do seem to be like a little all over the place.
but when the action parts hit in, it doesn't disappoint you with its samurai mixed action. It happens when the Amanto, aliens from outer space, have invaded Earth and taken over feudal Japan. Now, samurai in the world are kicked out and treated with disrespect, but among them is Gintoki, an errand boy with the heart of the samurai. His daily events lead to serious situations, but it doesn't take long for them to turn comical. As mentioned, Gintama incorporates both Eastern and Western concepts and also parodies tons of popular anime out there. So if you need some good laughs plus some great action, then this is the anime for you. Number 11, Black Lagoon.
OK 日本人もう一度聞くぞ
それより僕の聞きたいのは
それで全部だよお前に聞くことは
You may think since anime is based in Japan, it should give you an Eastern feel. But there are some action anime out there that can stand toe-to-toe with a Western movie in terms of direction and writing. One such show is Black Lagoon. It follows Rokuro Okajima, who joins the Lagoon Company, a group of pirate mercenaries sailing around the seas of Southeast Asia. This anime is filled with guns, shootouts, suspenseful car chases, and a nice blend of mystery and gang wars to its fast-paced plot. The world soon expands beyond the little boat of the Lagoon Company, and the Rock soon finds him in company with the most dangerous people on the planet. And to be honest, this is one of the anime you should watch dubbed. I'm not kidding, just check it out. But make sure to keep your headphones on because Revi's curses are enough to make your ears bleed and make a nun hit you with a yardstick. Number 10, Sword of the Stranger. I spoke about this in my samurai video as well, but I really need to emphasize the action and the battle choreography of this show. Trust me, when it comes to samurai anime, there wouldn't be any show that could beat Sword of Stranger in terms of action. It follows Kotaro, a boy who is hunted by a group of Ming swordsmen, and finds a samurai named Nanashi. Nanashi has vowed not to raise his blade again, but soon finds it difficult when he understands his opponents. Among the group of people searching for Kotaro is a fearsome Western fighter named Luo Lang, whose only desire is to find a worthy opponent, and in his eyes, Nanashi seems to be this opponent. Sword of Stranger is a must-watch if you are a fan of samurai and action. So, this should definitely, I say definitely, be on your watch list. Number 9, Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh my gosh, I've seen my husband watching this too, and it looks good. Don't tell him I said this, but he be picking some good anime shows, y'all. He really do. He do. His shows he be watching be hidden.
Action shows wouldn't be complete without dystopian monsters, eh? Tokyo Ghoul happens in an alternate world where ghouls live among humans and survive on feeding on their flesh. The protagonist, Kaneki, gets invited to a date by a rather popular ghoul, and she has him for dinner. Like, literally, eats him for her dinner. Luckily, an accident prevents it, but in a surgical operation, Kaneki's damaged organs are replaced by ghoul organs, transforming him into a half-human, half-ghoul. The story then follows him as he gets dragged into human-ghoul war. The story is both action-filled and psychological. You may have heard of the "go read the manga" joke too often with this one, but I think the anime should be praised for its animation and directing. Number 8. Kill La Kill.
This was a good show too.
Kill La Kill happens in a world where clothes give their wearers superhuman abilities. This happens because they are constructed with a special material known as life fibers. Along comes Ryuko Matoi, a student searching for the killer.
Anime just be writing up anything. Like, look, anything is possible in anime. The clothes is giving people powers, y'all. Like, they just sit down with pen and paper and just write anything, and it come out good. What?
Her father.
But I like this show.
She
though.
arrives at the Honoji Academy and challenges the rulers to fight her. She gets taken down but finds a costume named Senketsu that gives her more power. Anime has a way of using its simple premise and lofty world building to reveal more deeper themes and issues, and Kill La Kill is one such anime. It may start off with a society that is divided to classes based on clothes, but soon it will explore deeper themes and weave an interesting action story. Number 7. Mob Psycho. I'm sure this anime doesn't need any new introductions, but just for the sake of people who don't know, here we go. Mob Psycho is written by the same author of One Punch Man and tells a story of a schoolboy named Shige.
Look, let me watch a little bit more about Mob Psycho. It looked like it may be good. But One Punch Man, I only watched episode 1. I didn't even finish watching the show because one, I still trying to figure out how I can watch like anime shows on here with you guys without like facing too many copyright stuff. So I'm like, I want to say like, you know, once I figure that out, if that's something I can really do, then I'm like, I'll just save it, you know, just in case. Before I just watch it all myself, save it, like watch it with you guys. But I'm gonna just say from the first episode, I was sitting here watching it and I was just like, who wrote this? Like, it is the corny, makes no sense. Like storyline, just from the first episode, it was just like, what is going on? Like, but I started watching the show because fights, like little scenes that I've seen of the fights in One Punch Man and stuff like that was good. Like, they look really, really good. So I'm like, oh, let me check the show. Let me watch it. But I only watched the first episode so far, and I was just like, are you serious? And my husband walked by. He was like, yeah, literally just watch the show for the fights because the storyline is trash. So, and I'm just assuming that he got to be right on that because the first episode was just like so cringe. It was like, really? Again, like I said, who wrote this?
Kageyami, nicknamed as Mob, who works with a detective named Reigen Arataka on handling mysterious cases. Even though his nickname is Mob, he is actually a powerful Esper with a great amount of psychic power. Similar to some others on this list, Mob's main goal is to keep his powers in check as well. But as he encounters other Espers like himself, he finds it difficult to deal with them without reaching his full potential. Mob Psycho also explores the themes of loneliness, isolation, among its other themes, and trust me, this anime has got something in it for everyone. Number 6. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Y'all, okay, so when did I finish watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, or didn't even really get to finish it like that? Like, it's been a little minute now, but I started watching this. I was trying to get my husband to watch it with me, and he did not want to watch it with me because he was just like, it's too cringy for him. Now, I will say some of the scenes is just overly dramatic, like really, like. But anime is dramatic, but this is something how JoJo's Bizarre Adventure does it. It's kind of like, it's a little cringe, but I still like the show. But y'all need to help me out. Like, I need some help. If somebody knows, somebody help me, because I have this thing when I watch an anime show, like if I start watching it like in like dub or whatever, then I prefer to watch the whole series like that. If I start watching it like in Japanese, you know, they speak in Japanese or whatever, I prefer to continue watching the whole show like that. Because I just feel like, to me, like when you switch from either or, like dub to sub, like either or, it sounds weird. Like when you switch from them speaking in English, their English accents, you know what I'm saying, their voices, whatever, American accents, whatever you want to call it, to like, you know, them speaking in Japanese, it sounds weird. Like it just don't even sound like the same character. It's like, to me, it's just like, this not even the same character. Like, but you know, eventually I get over it. Somebody knows what sites I can use, because my sites that I usually use, they do not have the remainder of the series, you know, in English, you know, dubbed or whatever. So I don't know. I'm still trying to see if I can find it. If I can, then I'm just gonna have to cave and then just switch over, you know, today to them speaking, you know, in Japanese or whatever, which I do eventually. If I really like the show and I really want to like finish it, I do eventually get over it. But like I said, I prefer to finish the series how I started it, either or, because it just be weird. It be sounding weird to me. They don't be sounding like the same character, like when you just switch over like that. That's just me.
奪い取ったのはジョナサン・ジョースターだ。とても恐ろしい想像をしている。指4本失うぐらい平気と言ってる。友情を失うぞ。僕は父をジョースター家を守る。
Yes, this is the show that originated half of the memes you see on the internet. Based on the widely popular manga of the same name, the anime tells the conflict between Jonathan Joestar and Dio Brando. The narrative is divided into several parts, and the protagonist of each part is a member of the Joestar family, all of which possess a star-shaped birthmark above their left shoulder blade. The JoJo series manages to mix a realistic and rather dramatic story with its unique plot and setting. Instead of superpowers, here we have users who can channel their inner spiritual power into a significant energy form known as the Stand. JoJo has some interesting fight scenes that complement its unique power system, and of course, along with those fight scenes, comes out some interesting dialogue that soon gets turned into memes.
Oh, that fight right there, he was fighting Dio, that was hard to watch. My boy Jonathan was getting whooped. He was getting whooped in that ring.
Number 5, Vinland Saga.
Oh my God, Vinland Saga. Look, they just need to keep making seasons of this. This show is good. If you haven't watched it, watch this show. Like, it's good. And honestly, I need to slow down before I spoil it for y'all. But like, oh my gosh, it made me mad when they did what they did. Just watch the show. They made me mad when they did what they did, and they, you know, got rid of the character and did one of the characters and did what they did. I was like, it was sad. Like, he could have stayed alive. Like, but it's anime, so I don't know. Y'all can literally make anything happen. Like, anything, even if it's anime, even if it's a movie, you can make anything happen. I don't care. Like, write them back into the story. Make all of a sudden they got some powers or something. But I hate when they do that. You know, get a character get off that you just kind of like, hoping that kind of stick around. You get to keep watching them develop, and you like it. But yeah, this is. Check it out. This is a good show. I like this show.
Nothing matches a good revenge story than Vikings. If you've read their stories, you know they weren't the best company to hang out with. They pillaged villages, murdered innocents, and pulled off schemes to get power. One of the victims of these actions is Thorfinn's father. He was a Viking himself, but due to the schemes of the cunning Askeladd, he met his death while trying to protect...
That's what I was talking about. Thorfinn's father. I was mad when they killed him off. I mean, I was trying not to spoil it for y'all, but apparently, like, it was inevitable. I'm sorry. I told it already in the video. Like, sorry.
Rest of his crew. This drove Thorfinn mad, and it didn't take long for the boy to turn into a mindless killer working under the man who murdered his father. His only goal was to get strong and kill Askeladd to fulfill his revenge, and the story shows how hatred can corrupt any man until he turns into a monster. With the animation coming from Wit Studio, this show has some great hand-to-hand combat scenes as well as greatly choreographed action to match the overall tone of this story. Number 4, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh my God, this is like me going back in time. It's like back to the day for me. This is a good show too. Like, if you have not watched Full Metal Alchemist, like, I don't know how you watch all these other animes and you haven't seen, like, this is one of the ones that's like you can't miss this one. Like, how could you have not seen this one? There's some anime shows too. I'm sure some people that I haven't seen that. Some people like, how have you not watched that? Like, but this is a good show. Really good storyline, good fights, all that. Like,
少佐今だ
Bring in the two Metal Brothers, because how can we ever speak of an action anime without mentioning this show? Brotherhood is a remake of the 2003 Full Metal Alchemist series and tells the story of two brothers named Edward and Alphonse Elric as they try to find the Philosopher's Stone, a stone that can save Alphonse. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood has everything you could ask for. It has a lore filled with world torn by war, well-written characters, a mystery that gradually expands with each arc, and greatly directed action sequences. Each scene of the show complements the overall story, and trust me, there is a reason why many consider this as the best anime ever made. Number 3, Fate Zero.
boy, eating them bullets. Get out the way!
Among all the Fate anime out there, I think Fate Zero still stands as the best series ever created. Written by the famous author Gen Urobuchi, Fate Zero tells the events prior to Fate Stay Night and revolves around the Fourth Holy Grail War. You've got 7 masters fighting each other with 7 heroic spirits, but unlike the original Fate Stay Night, its prequel focuses more on concepts like heroism, utilitarianism, and deontology. Each character is fixed on their own ideals, which they are desperately trying to prove are right. And among them, you also got heroic spirits who realize their own faults in the past. A reason why Fate Zero excels in action is because of the well-choreographed fight scenes. You get to see each character's thought process when it comes to some fights, and others play according to a pre-established set of rules. If you haven't watched it, now would be a great time to check it out. Number 2, One Punch Man.
Speaking of, I was just talking about One Punch Man earlier, wasn't I? That's crazy.
How overpowered can you get? Well, Saitama from One Punch Man can finish off opponents with a single punch. One Punch Man is one of the popular shows out there, and you should have definitely heard of this one. It follows the daily adventures of Saitama along with his cyborg apprentice Genos and the various threats they face. They cannot even be called threats because most of them die after one punch. All jokes aside, this show is a parody and it does that parody really well. You've got subtle jokes, a protagonist who doesn't give a damn about what's happening around him, and some nice action to go along as well.
The jokes,
what more could he ask for?
Like the jokes is like they not jokes. Like they're not hitting. They're not landing. Like I said, I only watched the first episode. Again, I'm gonna see how I can finagle, how I'm supposed to do this as far as trying to watch shows with you guys, because I do not want to keep going through these little copyright, like disputing these copyrights. If I can even dispute some of them or get a copyright strike, I don't know. I have to look into that some more before I really officially decide to like watch episodes and watch shows with you guys like I really want to, like, because it's just gonna be so good. Like, but if I can't, I'm just gonna go ahead and watch the show, watch the series, finish it or whatever. I mean, I can do that too, and I just always come back if I can, if I'm able to, you know. Like I said, just find a way around on YouTube, whatever, and still watch the series with y'all. But just off the first episode alone, it was just kind of like, really? Like, okay. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna watch for the fights.
Number 1.
You know they gotta have my show on here. You know that this literally cannot be a full. Now, there's some other shows that I would have personally put on this list that I would have. But I haven't seen like a couple of the shows that they had on this list, so I don't know. be really, really good or better than some of the shows I would have probably put on there that I've seen. But anyways, you know this list was not gonna be a true list if they didn't at least have or somewhat of a legit, I don't know, like at least a decent list, a good one or whatever. Like if they didn't at least have Attack on Titan on here, there's no way you cannot at least have Attack on Titan on here. Attack on Titan is like one of the. I'm so mad that they ended the series. Like I'm so mad because I'm just like, you have anime shows out here, just shows out here, period, that's like going on forever and ever 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 and ever. Like they just finding new stuff to write about, new stuff to put in there. Some of us are tired of it, like in the show. But Attack on Titan, I would love for them to keep going on with the series. Like, I just personally feel like the writer, like he's being selfish. Like he's whatever. Like they're gonna make me cry because whoever the writers are, they're gonna make me cry because it's just like there's so much you can do with the show. I don't care what you say. There's so much you can do with this show. You can write some more stuff. You can find some more stuff to write about. This is a really good freaking show. Like this show is, man, y'all.
I think there's no one who could argue that Attack on Titan is the best anime series of all time. And you'll only encourage this fact more if you have read the recent chapters of the manga.
Show. Like, no, man, no. And then don't come back 10 years later talking about we coming out with another season. Like, no. Keep writing. Get back in there. Keep writing some more, like, episodes. Keep writing some more stuff. Come on. Like, are y'all serious? I'm really not happy about that. Like, I'm really not. I need to send a letter in. Because I need to get some people to sign a petition for this or something. Like, come on. This show is good. The fights, the storyline is good. The fight scenes is good. It's gruesome. Like I said, I don't necessarily watch anime shows for the fights. But like when they do but I'm not necessarily steering away from it either. I'm not saying that the fights, like anime shows with fights, don't make it even better than the show already is. You know, I like a good storyline, a good fight, whatever. I don't know. I just be watching anything a lot of times too. But like this show is good. It's undeniably good. I don't care what anybody says. Like there's no way if you watch anime that you can like say that this is not a good show. I don't care, like...
Its conflict of humanity versus Titans is intriguing alone, but as the seasons move on, we are introduced to the secrets of the world, betrayals of characters, and plot twists that can literally flip the internet over 180. There's no anime that can be both compelling, action-packed, and well-directed like Attack on Titan. There are tragic character deaths, political mysteries, and even characters who appear as minor characters in the first season who get to play a bigger role in the later
seasons. That's my boy. Like, Captain Levi. I mean, everybody else that be going out with him, you know, when it's time to go kill some Titans, they just extras. Like, really, he could just do it all on his own. He just trying to let them get some shine. Because Captain Levi snaps. Levi be snapping. Like, really? Out of the scouts, Levi? Top tier. You already know. If you watch the show, you already know how my boy Levi get down. He the captain of the ship.
If you haven't watched it, then there's nothing stopping you. Get ready to binge watch nearly 60 episodes of Humans vs. Titans. So there you go, those are the 20 best action anime out there.
Okay guys, you already know that's our show for today. Like, well, our show, this is our video of today, whatever you want to call it, show, video, whatever. Like I said, it's some anime shows that I would have thought that they would have had on there. As far as like really good fighting anime shows. Bleach. I'm always gonna stand for Bleach. I don't care. They didn't. You know, this is their list, so whatever. Everybody has their own list. Attack on Titan was undeniably one, though. They should have had on there. But thank you guys for watching. And again, don't forget, I post Monday through Friday for specific uploads. Just check that down in the description section below. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. Well, y'all already know y'all gonna see me again tomorrow, but bye, you guys. Thank you for watching.